Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. And if you do find any of the information in this video valuable, useful, or interesting in any sort of way possible, definitely hit that subscribe button and turn notifications on to never miss a future update. But with that being said, I am watching Bitcoin closely today, as it looks like we are getting a little bit of a rally. Although Bitcoin is rallying, some altcoins like XRP are down a little bit. Of course, today is Thursday, so I am watching tomorrow closely. As you guys are probably all aware by now, Fridays are usually red days. So if we do get that rejection on Bitcoin, it most likely will happen tomorrow or even tonight into tomorrow. And I will tell you exactly why I'm watching that here in a second. But I also want to talk to you guys about some things that are going to be very bullish for us in terms of just all of crypto in general, but also XRP as well. So with that in mind, we are seeing trading volume down a little bit. We came down and tested this nice little low support at about like 84 cents. We're going to be addressing that and talking about that as well. We have hit resistance on XRP, and I talked to you guys about this in yesterday's video as well. It's around like that 90, I think it's like 91.5 cents or so. It's like this level right here, as you guys do see on the chart. And honestly, that's just like the next level that I am targeting, is like around this like 91.5 to like 92 centile range. Right now, currently, yes, we are rejecting off of that. We could say that currently where our major support lies is at the bottom of this, at around like 60 cents, if you will. But you could argue that our major, support zone is at around like 68, 69 cents within that range. Like, as you guys do see, this is that level that we bounced off of back in the beginning of January. It was like January 10th. That's like the level that I'm watching for us to actually hold. Of course, I think it's going to take a little bit of time. We are seeing that nice overall, diminished volume at resistance, which of course this is when everyone was getting very bullish. They were calling for, $10, $20, $30. I talked about $20 and $30. How we get there, of course, it does rely on the settlement and stuff like that. But I also talked to you guys about my realistic targets for, of course, XRP this bull run. And those targets are still around the $10 to $15 range. I have not changed those at all. And yes, I do believe that we will see that. Of course, I'm hoping this level does hold if we do reject off at this point up here. But we have to really wait and see. We were at overbought levels yesterday, which I told you guys about on the RSI. So again, taking a little bit of some risk off the table here wouldn't have hurt. That was of course yesterday. I wouldn't be too much lenient on taking some risk off the table right now. Of course, you guys are more than welcome to if you want to. But I am also watching Bitcoin, because I told you guys, I'm still waiting for us to have this rejection. We're still at resistance on Bitcoin. I know that we're over 44K, and we're actually in some nice solid territory. But I want you to all remember that this line here that I drew on the chart yesterday at about 45.2K, sorry, is still in play. I mean, that's the level that we rejected off back in September. We don't need to do the exact same move that we did back there, but I do believe that we are awaiting something similar to that before we went to, of course, the all-time high. I'm just awaiting a rejection here because, of course, volume still looks good on Bitcoin, but look at the RSI. We're almost in overbought territory, and of course, every single time that we have gone into this territory up here, well, look at what ended up happening. I mean, we're looking back into July. Rejection. Okay, and this is that nice dropping point. And of course, all of these, the percentage drops could be completely different in terms of, how low it actually goes. Like back here, this was like about 11, almost a 12% drop. The next time that RSI was in overbought area, or even close to overbought area, was back in September. And of course, this led to a major drop. I mean, this was like, you're talking about like 25%. Of course, if we're talking about just this area here, it was a smaller percentage drop, but this was one massive macro drop. I mean, this started back in September 6th and didn't bottom out until September 21st. So I'm still watching Bitcoin closely, and of course, the next time that it was in that overbought area was, around like the October timeframe, which of course led us to around like a 13, almost 14% drop, and then of course it followed by us going to the all-time high, followed by one massive downward trend. And now we're trying to break that. I mean, we're trying to break into, the upward trend, and I'm hoping that we do continue to hold this level. But in between these levels, I'm more so eyeing, the almost 12% and almost the 14% drop and saying, let's meet in the middle at around 13%. I think that that is fairly reasonable. I don't think that we're going to see, a massive 25% drop. Where would that put us, though? If we do see that, of course, I could show you guys a 25% drop. Basically almost test those exact lows that we were at before. It would bring us to like around $34,000. Don't think that that is in store for us just yet. I'm more so eyeing like around like 13% in that range. And of course, yes, altcoins will take a little bit of a nice hit on that drop if we do see it. Of course, I'm not saying this is guaranteed or anything. What will tell us if this is wrong or if it's invalidated is just a break over, of course, some resistance levels here, which is like what we're at now, but I just want to see a lot more volume to push us to like 48 plus K back into that demand zone that we were at within the October timeframe, which is like around 47 to like 48K. But with all that in mind, let's move on and let's talk about some exciting things. First off, Blackrock getting in, KPMG putting Bitcoin and Ethereum on their balance sheet. These entities are very well connected. I would like to venture a guess and say that they know that crypto regulation in the US will be favorable. And of course, if we are talking about, BlackRock and KPMG, these are like major corporations that have a ton of money in terms of their balance sheets. BlackRock is like $3 trillion or something like that. It's a massive overall hedge fund company, if you will. But these are massive companies that are getting in on crypto because they do see what's around the corner. Okay, and I do believe that crypto regulation is going to be coming into the US very, very soon. I think it's only a matter of time. And also, we do see here, so XRP was always a security which was purportedly obvious since 2013, even though the SEC didn't know until December 2020. Hinman said we, but meant I, and now no responsive documents is actually 1,000 pages of records. The SEC Gov arrogance is astounding. And if you guys did miss it, pretty much everything that the SEC has been arguing against is actually true. More so the idea that this entire SEC case is like a throwaway in a sense, and it's a blatant attack on crypto. But it's funny to say the least that now we are seeing Empower Oversight really taking it to the SEC. We do see here this admission from the SEC means its previous no records response was false. Empower Oversight, expects full legally required transparency from the SEC. And again, this is a huge breaking news regarding the SEC. It's 1,000 pages of records detailing communications between Hinman and Simpson Thatcher while he was in office, responsive to Watchdog Group's FOIA request. So this is actually pretty big. I think that this is incredible to say the least. And again, it really shows you the corruption behind the scenes for the SEC. And this is great to see, especially if you are an XRP holder or maybe you're just a crypto, supporter. This is huge. And also we do see here European U.S. regulators tell banks to prepare for Russian cyber attack threat. Honestly, I do believe that we are going to see a lot more happening within, the U.S. and Russian conflicts. I think that when we are talking about, things that are happening even with SWIFT and stuff, we did see Russia, essentially say that they could be pulling out of SWIFT. If they do, that would be, catastrophic for the entire legacy platform, which we've discussed in a video. I want to say that that was like a month ago now. It was a while ago when I was talking about that because, it is fairly huge if they do that. And also, we do see here, as we await the crypto executive order that they say is a matter of national security and possibly addresses XRP. Remember that Jay Clayton was warned the month before he dropped the lawsuit on Ripple. This needs to be investigated. And we do see U.S. intelligence chief concerned about Chinese dominance in cryptocurrency because we are seeing, China really move forward with CBDCs and digital money. And honestly, we're sitting in limbo in the U.S. because we are trying to, make a point that, hey, XRP is a security, even though we know that it's not. It's a blatant currency, and it honestly provides so much more potential, especially if the U.S. could, see that potential. I really do think that, Ripple has some breakthrough technology that is going to be revolutionary for, of course, the race to digital money, if you will. The digital infrastructure is being built day by day. I've made 100 videos at least on just Q&T alone talking about the digital revolution happening because we are seeing the infrastructure being built before our eyes. and it's being attacked on US grounds, even though almost everyone around the world, I shouldn't say everyone, but every country around the world is moving in on CBDCs and CBDC adoption. So it's only a matter of time, honestly, before we do see regulations, and of course these major, companies moving in on crypto, because we know that they all know the potential behind this technology. This potential behind crypto is endless, and we even see here Wells Fargo, crypto could soon enter an inflection point of hyper adoption. Wells Fargo is drawing similarities to the adoption rate of the internet, calling crypto early, but not too early. Honestly, I do think that we are very early. I don't think, in my mind, comparing crypto to the dot-com boom, I was not around during the 90s, but I do know that the dot-com boom was fairly big, and of course it did lead to a catastrophic drop in prices, of course. But the thing is that when that did happen, there was only a few companies left after the debris, right? And the funny thing about that is that we are going to see the same thing in crypto too. I honestly think that the bubble bursting for crypto is regulations. But then after regulations are in store, I think that we're going to see a lot of utility gems, truly shine in terms of their value. I've mentioned that XRP will definitely be one of those. XRP, HBAR, QNT, ALGO, XDC. I mean, there's a ton of incredible utility gems that I talk about on a day-to-day basis within this channel, and I really do think that the utility market that we've talked about on many occasions, I should say, because I don't really talk about the utility market too much, because I don't like to talk about it in the sense on hey, it's right around the corner, because I do think that we are still some time away before that happens. We got to also remember that there's only 200 million users of crypto on a global scale currently, so we are very early in crypto. I don't know what Wells Fargo really is discussing here in terms of not too early. Of course, early adopters of crypto can go all the way back to 2010, if you will, but in general, I think that we are still very, very early on crypto. I think that even crypto adoption, in general is still very early, and I think that we're going to see a lot more of this happening. And when we are talking about hyper adoption, I think it is going to happen very, very soon. I mean, we're seeing, talks even going back as far as this tweet here. Bitcoin is going to the Super Bowl. Coinbase, Crypto.com, FTX, Binance, BitBuy, all running ads in and around the game. We've been seeing, crypto ads showing up multiple times. Specifically, Crypto.com has been killing the game in terms of marketing. But I do believe that this is going to continue to ramp up. I think that retail adoption is still, staggering behind, of course, corporate and just enterprise grade adoption in general. I don't think that retail adoption has yet hit that point where it's massively adopted, because there's still a lot of individuals that I talk to that don't even know about crypto. They don't even understand it. They don't even understand the metaverse. They don't understand NFTs. They don't get it, right? So I think that we're still some time away before, retail really and truly knows about crypto and is adopting it. But I don't think that it's too far away. So with all that in mind, just to really, wrap up this video, I just want you to all understand that crypto regulations definitely are, moving in. I think that they're very, very close. I think that we're a little bit of time away from it, but I don't think that it's going to take too much longer before we do see crypto regulations in, tack for us. And of course, keep a close eye out on the SEC lawsuit, because guess what? I do believe that the crypto, regulation, framework that we always talk about in terms of regulations moving in on this space, I believe that Ripple has already, created that. I think that the regulatory framework that they drafted back in, I want to say September, October, around that time, is most likely going to be the regulatory framework that we utilize within crypto. And I believe that this SEC lawsuit is going to be the spark that really lights that flame for crypto regulations. And I do believe that Ripple and XRP, because of course XRP being that digital currency is still a huge driver of success for Ripple, making up 1/4 of, for an example, ODL volume. It's going to be the main showstopper, because XRP is, of course, at the heart of this SEC lawsuit, and we could technically say that XRP will bring regulations into this space. And it's not going to be, regulations that we all don't support. I think it's going to be regulations that are going to help this entire space be massively adopted by one corporate finance. We're going to see, enterprise, institutional grade money flowing into crypto at that point as well. So those individuals that are still positioned in crypto at that time, trust me, everybody wants to say no to regulations. They think that it's bad for crypto. Honestly, I look at, regulations being a massive driver of success for crypto and of course the prices of crypto. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this video. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.